What is up, y'all? Aaron Bewley here. For those of y'all that recently subscribed following my car building process, you might want to just skip this video. This is for all the people that have been complaining about not getting any video of my daughters and all the kind of stuff that we've been doing as a family. So this is for those people, not for the car people, unless you want to see what we do on our family walks and stuff. Anyway, roll the clip. Where this guy did it, and there was a field of like 30 of them, and he went, "Come on, come on, come on," and they all just yelled back at him. It's hilarious.
He's answering me when I say gobble, gobble, gobble.
You just said gobble, 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 and he did it anyway. Do it again.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Right here?
That's so funny.
Oh, gotta get a better view. Guys, look at the chickens!
Is it scary, Grace?
They're climbing up here.
They're beautiful.
Wow. Yeah, they're really cute.
You scared, Grace?
Like that. Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Whoa.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Whoa. So loud.
That one's lifting its foot up. Oh, he's feathering down.
What's he doing?
He's feathering down.
Posturing.
Shaking his feathers.
What does that mean?
It's an attack pose.
An attack
Showing you
pose?
How, like, he's aggressive and big and mean.
Uh-oh. We better get out of here.
He's gonna come lunging over the fence.
Is that what that is?
I have no idea. I don't know. Turkey. Wow.
Gobble, gobble, gobble. Chickens! Chickens!
Here comes the chickens.
Come a little tiny chickens.
How you doing over there, Rio? We love you. Rio, I'll come sit with you. You guys are doing great. Oh, they're coming over. So cool. So pretty. Do you want to pet his nose?
Oh, let's see now. You want
He's huge.
to see what's
Nice.
Whoa, he likes them. Megan, don't do that. Show me
Yeah. So big. I know, it's so cool.
Watch your fingers.
He's warming my hand.
He's warming your hand?
Yeah, his
Yes.
breath is so.
Oh, he's breathing out on you?
Nothing.
Oh, ew. He wants to eat for dinner.
You gonna pet him, Gracie?
Woo, we're getting him. We're feeding him his dinner.
Do you wanna pet him? You
Ew.
just put your hand out like this,
Here.
right on his nose.
Oh,
Can I pet you?
doesn't care.
Can I pet you? Oh, sweet horse.
Beep, 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 beep. Don't you? Don't touch it. Good. Oh, no. No.
This guy's back here like, yeah, I'm good. Let's go, ladies. We'll come back another time.
When you see us, we'll give you a carrot. How about that? How about that? You want to get a carrot? Soon. Bye. Wait, can I feed Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. We'll see you.
All right, smile. What you working on?
I'm working on a diorama of the Battle of Trenton.
Boom. What's the Battle of Trenton?
Let's just say it was a battle between the Americans and the Hessians.
Americans and the Hessians. Who are the Hessians?
The Hessians are German soldiers hired by the British to fight the Americans.
Boom. And who won?
The Americans.
And what city did they reclaim?
Trenton, New Jersey.
All right. And this is supposed to be Trenton, New Jersey. We've got a little bit of spray paint dirt stuff going on.
We're gonna put
And some soft grass.
We're gonna put these little tiny guys down on it. Here's my favorite guy, the guy holding the flag.
Anything else?
We're making a boat right now to go on the top of it. So it's them crossing the Delaware.
We're waiting for this to dry, but ultimately this beautiful masterpiece here will be the boat that George Washington and his men used to sail across the Delaware River over into New Jersey.
Should I actually say that this guy is George Washington?
You can say whatever you want. This is your project. But in case you didn't know, with the Battle of Trenton, the famous painting where George Washington is kind of standing on the front end of the boat.
It's inaccurate.
Oh, is it inaccurate? Why is it
Yeah.
inaccurate?
Because George Washington wouldn't have been standing because it was so, like, rough to cross the river.
Yeah.
And, like, the American flag, the flag that they have
Yeah.
is the wrong flag.
Oh, in the painting it's the wrong flag?
Yes,
Why is it wrong?
it's not, like they hadn't made that flag.
Oh,
yet.
that's interesting. I really didn't know that much about it until she actually wrote a story about it.
I'm a tree unicorn.
She had to write a little essay about it, but the men crossed the Delaware about...
Can I,
do you want to say it?
Yes.
Yeah, you can tell the story.
Okay, I'll go get it.
We're going to read the whole essay? Okay, all right. I'm sorry, vlog. She wants to read her whole essay. It's actually pretty interesting.
That's rude. You just want to share it. Okay.
Okay, you want to read your whole essay?
Yes. The Battle of Trenton. So it's the Battle of Trenton by Kennedy Bewley. The Battle of Trenton occurred on December 26, 1776. Trenton, New Jersey was a small town along the Delaware River where the Hessians, German soldiers hired by the British, had an outpost. Before the battle, George Washington, commander of the American army, was concerned, even writing in a letter to a cousin, "I think the game is pretty near up." The British had recently captured Boston and New York. Soldiers felt defeated.
Why is that funny?
I'm just thinking of something. Soldiers felt defeated and many deserted.
The British captured Boston and New York. How is that funny? What are you thinking about?
I don't know.
All right.
Support for the Revolutionary War was decreasing. Washington.
Pull it together, man. Anyway, so they get in the boat, cross the Delaware River.
Washington continued on through splitting his men into two groups. One group would attack from the north and the other would attack from the west. When they got to Trenton, Colonel John Rall, commander of the Hessian troops, and his men were still surprised, caught in the middle of town. Rall ordered his men to their cannons to open fire, attacking the Americans at the north. When the Americans fired their cannons in response, it killed 8 Hessian gunners. The remaining gunners...
This is not funny. People just died. This is battle. This is war.
I think...
What's crazy about it? What?
So, but the Americans, who had almost surrendered Trenton by this time, took the Hessian cannons and turned them on the Hessians. Rall stopped to encourage his officers.
Oh, we just dropped the camera on the boat.
That had
Oh my
been
goodness.
struck and was shot twice in the
good?
side and carried away. The Hessian troops were in full retreat, seeing no way to escape, so Rall surrendered to George Washington. The Battle of Trenton was a stunning victory for the Americans. 22 Hessians were killed and almost 900 captured, with Colonel Rall dying shortly after the battle. The Americans won with no casualties and only 5 wounded. The Americans
Two died, actually. But they died of exposure because it was wintertime.
Yeah.
And they had crossed a river, and it was like 4 a.m. when they arrived in New Jersey after marching 10 miles.
Yeah.
They died of exposure, and like several of them didn't have shoes. And
all of them didn't.
oh, all of them didn't have shoes?
Yeah.
No, 0 of these 1,500 troops had shoes?
2,400.
2,400 troops?
Yeah.
That's insane. That's insane. It was
Like,
the day after
there was only
Christmas.
like 3 people that had shoes out of all of them.
December 26th, so it was the day after Christmas in the Northeast, freezing cold, snowy, no shoes.
And
It's incredible.
barely any jackets.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
So the
Can you
Americans
imagine
also-
millennials doing that today?
What? The Americans also captured Hessian supplies, including 1,000 arms, ammunition, flour, meat, shoes, clothing, and bedding. Getting these supplies was important because the American army lacked many of these things. Winning the Battle of Trenton made the Americans more hopeful that they could win the war. Boosted the soldiers' morale so that many re-enlisted.
What is so funny? None of this is funny. What's crazy to think about?
Continued fighting. It also increased support from the conference.
Increased Support for the Continental Congress.
For the war. As Washington said after the battle, this is a glorious day for our country.
Glorious day for our country. My brain is so weird in this. So when I was reading this little essay that she wrote, there's a lot of different things I thought about, but what's interesting, oddly, I think, to me, is all of those supplies that the Hessians, which were the Germans hired by the British, that were brought all the way over from Europe, and then immediately surrendered, then provided as supplies for the U.S. troops. But I don't know, it's interesting.
It's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever.
I'm going
anything
to
else?
right now because we had a lot of rain yesterday and I didn't do really anything. I just laid around.
Probably also a little bit high off this hodgepodge here in the Elmer's wood glue and spray cement to keep all that stuff down. Okay, that's enough. I just got some glue on the phone. Okay, are we done here? Anything else you have to say about the Battle of Trenton?
Sorry I kept laughing. It was because a couple days ago, I still remember at school, Paxton and me and all the other boys started talking about me shrinking and he growing so tall, and it was just really funny. So I kept remembering that.
Why are you shrinking?
Because Paxton wants to get taller than me.
Well, you better eat his Wheaties. How tall is he now?
He's like 3 inches shorter than me.
Yeah, well.
I'm just like, yeah, you're never gonna catch up.
You never know. Girls get taller earlier, and then the boys tend to catch up. Yeah, women accomplish a lot first, and the men kind of finally figure it out sometimes. It's true. Okay, bye.